Page 162. So Marty's tape gets up to there.
They found me, I don't know how, but they found me.
Line, and it makes me scratch my head because earlier in the book when Doc said the line it was,
I don't know how, but they found me.
So here that comma is gone. We're playing back a tape, it should be exactly the same. Geez, Gipe. Marty tries to tell Doc about the Libyans and that nice moment where Doc awkwardly changes the subject by saying how fascinating the camera is remains. Marty still wants to warn him that he'll be shot to death, but doesn't know why?
He didn't know why, but he felt that he ought to warn his friend about the terrorists.
I'm not joking, you guys. This is an actual sentence that an adult human wrote. Yeah, I'd be hard-pressed to tease apart my motivations in such a situation too, Gipe. Why would you ever want to warn a friend about the terrorists? Doc says he doesn't want to know too much about his future and Marty agrees, but for stupid reasons. How stupid? Observe.
There was certainly a great deal of logic to what the man said. This way, if Marty said nothing, Doc Brown at least had 30 years to live. Being told that, however, might make him so careless he would endanger himself and possibly even die earlier. So Doc's rule about not screwing around with the space-time continuum seemed to make a lot of sense.
So to summarize, Marty shouldn't tell Doc that he gets shot, because he should remain silent about the future, because if Doc knew that he lives for the next 30 years he might feel like he's invincible and get himself killed. Meanwhile, video footage showing that the man is alive and well 30 years in the future is playing on a television right in front of them both. Ah, my brain is breaking. All I can figure is that Gipe meant to say Doc being told that he gets shot 30 years from now might make him careless about other non-bullet deaths and then he could die sooner, but man, that's totally not what's written in the book. On the plus side, 1.21 points for each us because at least we've discovered the one point in this novelization where a few extra words would actually have helped. Page 163. Marty ponders the space-time continuum and pulls out his family photo while doing so. Dave's almost gone. He shows it to Doc. What does Doc say?
That's nature's way of saying, get your ass moving. Doc Brown.
Then we get an awful passage where Marty says,
tell me about it. I feel like I'm in an episode of the Twilight Zone.
Only Twilight Zone was at Alec, the in front of it was not. The show was called The Twilight Zone, not Twilight Zone, so I don't understand the partial at Alex. Add that to the pile of things I do not understand about this book. And even though Marty said an episode of The Twilight Zone crappy, Doc seems to purposely misunderstand him so that we can have some wacky time laughs.
Twilight Zone? Brown repeated. That's an interesting phraseology. It's a perfect description of where you are, as a matter of fact. In a zone of twilight, neither here nor there. A middle ground, between light and shadow, between things and ideas. Yeah, I know. Marty said. There's a signpost up ahead. You've just crossed over. If you get back, maybe you could make a movie out of this, Doc Brown smiled.
Tee-hee-hee. Also, I don't see how this describes Marty's situation at all. He's stuck between light and shadow? Between things and ideas. Really? Marty asks Doc why he said if you get back line. And Doc gives him a bizarre reverse pep talk of the things that could go wrong. Doc could break the DeLorean, Marty could fail to get his parents together, Marty's head might fade away before he gets a chance. Marty sits down on the couch and sees a paper that says,
local farmer says space zombie wreaked his farm, Otis Peabody under observation at county asylum.
So whoops, that's one life ruined already. But it's no bigs. Because when he reads this, Marty snaps his fingers and shouts Eureka. And yep, that's a callback to before. They're learning from each other. I can kinda see Michael J's charm working to pull this line off in the movie, but I'm glad it's not there, because it could have easily been super terrible. Anyway, Doc's all.
You thought of something?
and Marty's all.
I know how I can get my old man to ask Mom to that dance. How? Doc said. I'm going to scare the shit out of him.
And that's it for chapter 9. Prepare yourself for chapter 10, in which the shit gets scared out.